Up Sofa Squad, and we are live with another edition of On the Sofa 42, and I've I've got uh, I've got my good friend Sinees with me
And a
at the
drink.
moment. Sorry,
Yeah, you got
and
me
a drink.
and my apple cider mixed with Kraken. I'm very into
Uh,
spiced rum with apple stuff lately.
cool. And
Should I be drinking on blood thinners? Absolutely fucking not. Do I care? Absolutely fucking not.
well, I shouldn't be drinking on antidepressants, but here we are.
That's a bit overrated. It really depends what you drink on the antidepressant. You probably shouldn't go around doing tequila shots, but a glass of wine won't kill you.
That's true. And
Red wine even has cardiac benefits. I
really,
had a glass. I had a glass a couple of times while I was pregnant.
uh, oh, okay.
Yeah, I
It's
didn't
but
drink to excess or anything, but like a glass every so often, I was actually told it can have health benefits as long as
uh,
it was like one glass every month or three.
oh, okay. It's funny you should say that because Paul, um, in one of his letters to Timothy, he says to Timothy, "Stop drinking water all the time and take some wine for your heart's sake."
I am ashamed
So,
to admit I do not get the reference.
well,
Is this the
uh,
Bible?
yeah.
Oh, that's why I don't get it. I've never read the damn thing in my life.
Well, I studied the damn thing for 3 years, so
Okay, so you would know more than I would, and I'm going to take your word for it.
yeah. But it just goes to show, uh, you know, even in those days, about 2,000 odd years ago, they had an idea that that wine was has some medicinal purposes.
To be fair, everybody was drunk 2,000 years ago
True.
because that was around the time mankind discovered alcohol.
And
So there's
we've got
that. But the cardiac benefits, the cardiovascular benefits of red wine have been scientifically proven.
yeah, yeah.
I actually have a bottle of red wine right in front of me, but I'm too lazy to open it, and I probably shouldn't in my inebriated state. So, what's on the agenda for today?
Well, I just want to say, first of all, I want to say hello to Greg, my
Hi, Greg.
my one and only patron. So he's with us in the side chat. Here I am, bring on the Tory bastards,
Woohoo!
and bring them on
Oh,
we
fuck, I finished
shall.
my drink already. I am not an alcoholic. I swear to God, I'm really not an alcoholic.
So we're gonna. Have you got headphones on?
Oh, no. I'm,
Just to
I'm
put a
not wearing.
just
No,
to
I'm
put
not
a
wearing
head.
headphones.
Okay, just a heads up.
I
So,
always get so happy when I hear that because I just know. I just know. It's like, all right, what the fuck did these dumb fucks do this time? Kind of like when you hear the word Republican.
yes.
I swear
Um,
to drunk, I'm not God.
well, what should we start? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Should I like get a shot ready? Is it gonna be Boris Johnson?
Partygate is not going anywhere.
Oh God.
Have you been hearing about Partygate?
Oh, I heard all about Partygate. I think you were the one that told me. The dumb fuck threw a whole ass big birthday party.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and there's a new image has been leaked there.
Oh
Uh,
my God. That's what that was in the thumbnail. What the fuck? Is he wearing a lei? This isn't Hawaii.
now that's tinsel.
Looks like a lei. but
It
I'm
does. It
blind
does.
and using a very small screen, so leave me the fuck alone.
but
Even
that's
more when I'm drunk.
I don't know if you can see that, but there's a packet of crisps on the desk there, and a bottle of champagne.
That doesn't
So
even look like good champagne. It's like fucking moonshine and pale ale had a baby.
yeah.
I hate beer.
This is from the Daily Mirror. New Partygate image shows Boris Johnson an open bottle of bubbly at number 10 Christmas quiz.
So they were playing drinking games. That's smart. We've got a pandemic going around. That's a respiratory virus, and everybody's putting their mouth on alcohol.
but
No intelligence. Just mind-boggling.
And when he was asked about this in the House of Commons for Prime Minister's questions, he denied it. But we've got photographic evidence.
Yeah, what's he gonna say? Probably that it's Photoshop. Hey, I'm dead ass serious. I feel like he's gonna say some shit like that. I will bet money on it.
And
actually, no, I won't. I don't want to develop a gambling problem again.
It looks like he's about to take his tie off for some reason.
Oh well. If I had to guess, you know what? No, I'm not going to go there. You know what? I'm going to behave, and I'm not going to give you the mental image that I have in my head.
But then the other guy has already taken his tie off, so maybe it's some kind of.
Oh my God, they're stripping.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. But the article says this: the Met Police faces fresh calls to investigate a number 10 virtual Christmas quiz after a new picture emerged of Boris Johnson with an open bottle of bubbly. The
So
image
who's
shows...
word out bitch? A hooker?
Your guess is as good as mine. Who knows?
I mean, we know he can't keep his dick in his pants.
True.
So I don't think it's that far of a reach.
No.
In my semi-humble opinion.
The image shows the Prime Minister flanked by 3 members of staff, one wearing tinsel and another a Santa hat, at the event on December the 15th, 2020. So this is a party that.
So why is this just coming out now?
Well, Greg is saying, please, no pictures of Boris in the buff, at least not yet, anyway. But well, apparently
nobody wants to see that.
But I think his former advisor Dominic Cummings is leaking these photos strategically.
Oh, that guy! I remember that guy.
Yeah, I think he's leaking them, every now and then.
Well, can we at least leak something that looks a little more scandalous? I mean, come on, we need something to laugh at.
He has reportedly boasted that he's got hundreds of photos.
I wonder if he has anything resembling the Trump P tapes.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know the difference between a chickpea and a garbanzo bean?
No.
Trump never had a garbanzo bean on his face.
Oh dear.
Yeah, who let me touch the Kraken? Because now I'm just even less inclined to. I'm less even inclined to have inhibitions than I normally am, which is going to make this a fun fucking time.
But this is a party that is currently not being investigated by the police.
Of course it's
Several
not.
several parties are already. I think 14 parties are being investigated by the police at the moment, but this one isn't. So there are calls for this one to be added to the investigation.
It should
Um,
be added to the. I mean, I would totally investigate the shit out of it. For God's sake,
yeah,
they're supposed to be your elected representatives, your leaders, whatever. And here they are flouting COVID protocols at that time. That waving gift is so distracting. You know, here they are flouting this protocol, throwing a party. I don't see a mask in. There ain't no mask in this picture.
no, no, exactly.
So what
And
kind of example are you setting for we the people here, motherfuckers?
yeah,
I mean, I
and
realize "we the people" is an Americanized phrase, but like, I'm not wrong.
no, I mean, people are rightfully angry because as yeah, as the article says, at the time, London was under Tier 2 regulations banning social mixing between two or more people from different households. And
This is regular bread. Oh, stuff.
this,
This, you know, that's. I mean, I'd be pissed too. Like, I forget what we did Christmas Day. I think just me and Josh went and saw my daughter, and it wasn't some whole big thing.
no, we had to, the kids, for the first time in their lives, couldn't go and stay with their grandparents.
That is
Um,
just heartbreaking.
we had to do Christmas over Zoom
Oh man,
that
that's
that year, and it was okay, but it just wasn't the same. We
no.
couldn't be there in
There's a
person.
certain magical element about it. Actually being there, watching your kids opening their presents.
Yeah, and but, other people couldn't visit their loved ones in hospital. They couldn't go. They couldn't go to their loved ones' funerals, and and here are the people making the laws, not keeping the laws.
Do as we say, not as we do.
Exactly. So, and people are rightfully angry, and I don't think this scandal is going to. I don't think it's going anywhere because, as I said, Dominic Cumming has boasted of having 100 photos. So I think he's gonna leak them one at a time, like a
In
dripping
order of severity?
yeah, like a dripping faucet.
I
Drip,
mean, yeah,
drip,
but
drip, drip.
yeah, but the drips have to get bigger. You know, if you want to, if he wants to keep the public's interest here, he's got to go from least to most severe in terms of scandal magnitude. I certainly hope he's aware of such a thing. Dick is out at least. No, put it back in your pants.
That's nerdy, alluding to another story we've got later on.
Oh, did they finally clone Harambe? I should come on stream drunk more often.
Yeah,
This is the most I've heard you laugh ever. That makes
probably,
me
yeah.
happy.
But yeah, nerdy is right. Dick is out at least, and we're going to be talking about that later on.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm here for
Yeah.
this.
That's that's going to be that's a surprise for later.
Oh no. The word surprise has never had a positive connotation in my mind.
So, but what else have we got?
You hear about you hear what Marjorie Taylor Greene said this time?
Oh, go on then. Fill me in.
Oh my god. You need to find the video and like share it with everybody here. It's so fucking beautiful. This dumb dunce bitch this dumb, dunce fucking bitch says she was going on and on, comparing the Democrats to the Nazis, and she's referring to
Oh, yeah,
Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
Isn't there a kind of Spanish soup that is served cold?
Yes, exactly. It's some kind of Spanish. I think it's tomato soup. I'm probably wrong. I don't know the first thing about soup. I generally don't eat it unless I'm deathly ill. But yeah, gazpacho police. That's the hashtag is trending on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's like, oh look, she opened her mouth again. Here we go again. Every time she opens her mouth, I believe that the collective IQ of the GOP drops by half. And telling my boss that yesterday, well, now former boss, since I no longer work at Holiday Inn, fuck that place. Fun fact, everybody, in the United States of America, it is not legal to suspend somebody for reporting a customer trying to grope them. Anyway, rant over. I said the same thing to her about every time Marjorie Taylor Greene opens her mouth, the collective IQ of the GOP drops by half. She said, well, at this point, it's in the negative.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah.
Keeps dropping, and dropping.
Yes. Anyway, we've got another story about Boris Johnson.
Oh, of course we do.
Boris Johnson's leadership past point of no return, says big Tory donor.
Okay, and they just realized that now?
This is from the BBC News.
And they've been aware this whole time that it was always the point of no return?
We've got some footage.
Oh boy.
What do I think about what's going on in 10 Downing Street? Look, I feel politicians should go into politics to do good for their country. And that is the overwhelming reason to be in politics. I don't think it's about your own personal sense of getting to the top of a snakes and ladder game. And I feel that if you lose moral authority, and if you do things which, the average person, your mother, someone you try to explain, someone who you admire, if you do something or say something which on the front page of the Sunday Times looks terrible, and you do that consistently, and you betray a sense of not really caring, I think you should leave. And I find the lack of honor inherent in modern politics incredibly distressing.
Do you feel that Boris Johnson, as leader of the Conservative Party and as leader of the country, is past the point of no return? I mean, he's made a lot of promises in the last couple of weeks to change his team.
Well, I mean, personally, yes. I mean, I don't know people in Downing Street. I'm not close to the situation, but I think it's about more than. But if, like, I'm failing, I've done a few things wrong. Oh gosh, I'm going to change my advisors. God above. What about a sense of personal responsibility?
That's Tory donor John Armitage, who was given the Conservatives more than £3 million.
Oof. Do you know what I could do with that kind of money rather than wasting it on them?
Yes, I can think of a few things.
Yeah, my life would be infinitely easier.
Yeah,
even with the currency conversion.
Yeah. Nerdy's saying, as a Tory donor, I would say the overwhelming reason to be a Tory donor is because you don't care about other people and want to pay to get your own way.
Sounds about right. You're not wrong.
Anyway, this is a top Tory donor saying this. But so it's not. This is not good for Boris Johnson. If even one of his top donors is saying that his leadership is beyond the point of no return.
That happened a long time ago. I'm just shocked that they're just saying it now. But not really. Not really, though.
Yeah. And the article says this: John Armitage told the BBC that challenges facing the West demanded serious, engaged politicians. But but the thing is, let's just close that.
Okay.
I don't understand why Partygate is the last straw for people. Because
sometimes the straw that breaks the camel's back is not necessarily the biggest straw in the load.
That's true.
And that's my intoxicated words of wisdom. Satan.
Nerdy says, I paid Boris to do X, and now he isn't doing X. He should resign. That's okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's about what modern politics, even over here, looks like.
Yeah. But it just feels like, they're okay with his blatant misogyny, racism, homophobia,
but the party is the problem. No, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just like dealing with Trump. I'm looking at it as, we survived the abusive relationship, and now we're watching you go through it. On some real shit. Dealing with I don't know if I think Johnson is a malignant narcissist like Trump was, but your country is definitely in an abusive relationship with a narcissistic prick. So, I can kind of see where this is going. But yeah, it's probably just that one last little straw, and everybody just is exploding. Should have happened a long time ago. Didn't. Better late than never.
And Nerdy said, I don't care about feeding the poorest children either, but a surprise cake is okay.
I could go for some surprise cake.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I just want pizza. Every time I smoke, I just want pizza. I'm very inebriated. I would drink more, but Josh won't let me. I feel like if I go for the alcohol, he will physically restrain me. So I'm not going to bother. For now. On some real shit, though, I do wish my paycheck would hit. I would totally order the fuck out of some pizza. Anyway, what's next?
Let's see. This
Nerdy's not wrong. I just saw in the chat. Considering Boris got a crowd to harass Dahmer, that is right out of the Trump handbook.
Yes, good. Yeah, good point.
Oh yeah, sicking his devoted cult onto political opposition. Oh yeah, totally. We've been there over here on this side of the pond. We know what that looks like. It's a sign that he's feeling abandoned and is lashing out.
Yeah. I did have that article lined up. But hell, here it is. So yeah, Keir Starmer, 2 arrested after protesters surrounded Labour leader. This is from BBC News again.
Not that Starmer is much better.
Oops.
You see that? You staged this bonfire. Yeah, you staged it. Staged it.
Oops. Oops.
What on earth?
Yeah. The two, it says here, 2 people have been arrested after police had to help Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer escape from protesters who surrounded him near Parliament. A group could be heard shouting "traitor" and criticising Keir's record on COVID, and there were some cries of "Jimmy Savile." This goes back to I think it was last Monday in the House of Commons when Boris Johnson accused because I don't know if you know this, but before Keir Starmer was the leader of the Labour Party, before he was an MP, he was a hotshot lawyer, basically. He was the Queen's Counsel, and he was head of the.
I did not know that.
Yeah, but he was.
I did something.
Yeah, he was. I think he was head of the prosecuting service or something like that. Anyway, but
So basically, the UK equivalent of an attorney general.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. That's and while he was in that post, have you heard of Jimmy Savile?
No. You got to remember, I've lived under a rock.
He was quite a major celebrity in the 80s, and it came to light shortly after he died that he was a prolific child botherer. I don't want to say the P word, but yeah. He harmed hundreds of children.
Oh man, I just had something like that right here in this town.
Really?
Yeah. Did I tell you about the horse blowing child pornographer?
No.
Oh my god. Let's finish going over this Keir Starmer thing, and then I'll tell everybody the horse blowing child pornographer story. It's actually in the news. You can find it on Google.
Okay. But basically, while Keir Starmer was head of the prosecution service, they failed to prosecute Jimmy Savile while he was still alive, apparently because they're due to lack of evidence.
Oh my!
And in the House of Commons last Monday, Boris Johnson accused Keir Starmer of being personally responsible for failing to prosecute Jimmy Savile when even though he was he was head of, as Nerdy rightly says, he was director of public prosecutions, DPP, and head of the Crown Prosecution Service, the CPS. He was not the reviewing solicitor, in charge of the case. So he was not personally responsible for failing to prosecute Jimmy Savile. And in fact, afterwards he led an investigation into why Jimmy Savile wasn't prosecuted. But so this is fake news. This is fake news that's been doing the rounds. And
gotta love propaganda.
And and of course it's all based on a meme that's been spread by fascists. basically, and Boris Johnson stated it as a fact in the House of Commons, but because he, as Prime Minister, he's protected by parliamentary privilege. He's allowed to say whatever he likes and get away with it.
Of course.
But he's supposed, if what he says turns out not to be true, he has to come back and correct the record later on. But he failed to do so, and that's called misleading Parliament. And you're supposed to resign for that shit.
Yeah, but do people ever? Of course they don't.
But
They don't.
but words have consequences.
Well, yeah.
As we just saw from that footage.
Well, yeah, words are supposed to have consequences. Unfortunately, it seems that more often than not, they don't anymore, and that makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, and I've got some more footage to share as well, which is
love that. Totally didn't just go into your Google Doc and put the story on there. Totally didn't do it. Did you forget I still had access?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a thing that I had done because
Okay.
it's hilarious not to share.
Okay. We'll have a look at that later.
Woohoo! Well, it is on the end, so I used to always be responsible for the fluff piece at the end, but no, now I'm just gonna scare the shit out of everybody. What do we got?
There is some foul language.
Working class man! Working we run away! Step back! We run away! Step back! Keep going, out of the way! Out of the way! You go with the way! Out of the way! Protect your beautiful!
I don't know if you heard that, but someone shouted out Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, I heard it and I read the captions. Admittedly, my visual processing is probably a little better than auditory at the moment, but what do I know?
Yeah. Then we've got a nerdy saying, should we mention Jimmy Savile's associations with the Conservative Party?
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, that's a good
always
point,
okay. It's always okay to mention somebody of that disgusting nature if they're associated with the Conservative Party. It's always okay to do that because conservatives act so high and mighty and so responsible, and yet that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's the comment.
He's also saying people used to resign with at least a little dignity. Look at all the things that happened in the 70s.
Nixon.
But another thing that I find interesting about this story is that the focus in the media seems to be on Keir Starmer being harassed, even though he wasn't alone. There was another MP with him, David Lammy, but he hasn't been mentioned at all.
I guess he's not considered as salacious.
If I was cynical, I would say that maybe it's because he's black, and so he doesn't warrant a mention.
Yeah, maybe not.
But what do I know?
Exactly. We're just a couple of little troglodytes to them. That's my
But
favorite insult.
yeah, troglodytes.
The first time I ever used it seriously was when I still worked at Homewood Suites. One of my direct reports misused her employee discount to get her friend a room, and then the friend tried to scam for a refund.
Mm.
And I just remember being like, that she is a troglodyte. Don't ever put her on a shift with me again. I will put her so far in her place. Don't do it unless you want her feelings hurt. That's
Oh
word
dear.
of advice. If I ever start off a sentence with the words, let me explain something to you, I need to be removed from the situation or somebody's feelings are going to get hurt.
Oh dear.
And that's done on that. I heard that, Josh. Men. I can't live with this one. If I shoot him, I'm going to go to prison.
Oh dear. But here in the UK, we're sleepwalking into a fascist state.
Oh, absolutely.
I've said this before on this show, haven't I?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding? If I had a nickel for any time that idea was mentioned, I don't think either of us would ever have to work again.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the latest. This is the latest story that seems to, seems to. Well, let me just read the headline. Pupils shouldn't be criticising Boris Johnson in class, says Education Secretary.
Okay, now that just makes me wonder why she's qualified to be an education secretary if she's that stupid. Shouldn't we be applauding kids for being politically aware and having enough information to have an opinion?
It's a him.
I don't care. Well, he's a bitch anyway, so.
This is from The Independent. Nadeem Zahawi says students shouldn't be nailing their colours to the political mast in lessons after row over letter writing exercise.
Oh, love that. Guarantee this only came out after a bunch of parents threw a hissy fit. That's how it would happen here.
But let's hang on.
Register for free to continue reading.
Oh. Pupils should not be criticising Boris Johnson as part of their coursework, the Education Secretary has said. Tories reacted with anger on Wednesday after it emerged that children at a school in Nottingham had been writing letters critical of the PM's behaviour as part of an exercise. So now the Tories are trying to censor children in school now. They were,
does their stupidity know no bounds? I think we know the answer to that question. God damn it, go bring up.
The students had written to their local MP criticising Mr. Johnston's rule breaking during lockdown. The school says pupils were shown an edition of children's television programme News Round covering the Partygate affair and then asked to present their opinion in letter form. But the outcome of the simple exercise provoked anger among sensitive conservatives who accused the school of political bias.
Why does it sound like it could happen in Alabama?
No.
This is so Alabaman.
No, they saw a news program about how the Tories have been breaking their own rules. They became angry and they wanted to do something about it. They should be applauded for this.
That's called doing your civic duty. And if I was doing that at that age, my grandmother would have been so proud. May she rest in peace.
Yeah.
Teach your kids to think for themselves and have their own opinions. Whoever these parents are, they're doing something right.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
the Pfeffel versus some children.
The Pfeffel versus some children. My money's on the kids.
Yeah. But the conservatives call people on the left snowflakes.
And yet, here they are. Amazing! Okay, wicked witches of the West, Third Hemisphere.
And yet they're getting upset about children writing letters to their MP complaining
That's
that
what you're supposed to do, though. You're supposed to redress your grievances with the elected officials.
yeah.
Kids are people too.
Furious Tory MP Brendan Clark-Smith, a former teacher, told his local newspaper, the Nottingham Post, that it looks like they had done some sort of lesson about the Prime Minister breaking the rules. He said it was very overtly political and very, very one-sided to explain the Prime Minister's rule breaking to the children in this way.
Oh, boo-hoo. They might have had to be accountable to the kids they're leaving a bad impression with. Oh, my heart breaks. Oh, that's just so sad. Oh, you poor Tories.
And here's a thought. If you don't want children complaining about you breaking the rules, then don't break the fucking rules.
Exactly. Fucking common sense is a misnomer.
Don't have fucking parties when everyone else is having to stay at home.
It's a whole ass lockdown, and these motherfuckers are having fucking parties. Gee, how did they think that would go over?
But it does give me hope for the next generation are going to vote these fuckers out.
That'd be nice.
And, yeah.
I don't have much hope for American youth. And that's only because TikTok is a big thing around here. Oh, it's so obviously wrong that even children can understand it.
Exactly.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, which says a lot about the maturity level of the so-called adults here.
Yeah.
Tells you everything you need to know. My 4-year-old has more common sense than Boris Johnson. And I have to tell her not to touch the hot stove. What does that tell you?
Dear. And
She's a little fucking sass queen too. Who am I kidding? I adore my daughter, but the sass on her, I have no idea where it comes from.
I wonder.
Fuck you.
Do you remember Jacob Rees-Mogg?
Refresh my memory.
He's a posh, rich toff in the Conservative Party. And he's been given a new job.
Uh-oh. This doesn't sound good. The sarcastic delight here is just...
There he is. He's been... Jacob Rees-Mogg, once a parliamentary poster boy for Brexit, has a new job. The Minister for Brexit Opportunities and Government Efficiency.
Gee, I wonder how this will go over.
Basically, his job will be looking for the benefits of Brexit.
So essentially, disseminating Brexit propaganda, creating and disseminating Brexit propaganda.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that we have our Joseph Goebbels of the UK. All right, we've got it.
but Boris, if you want to pay someone to sit on their ass doing nothing all day, you could pay yourself. You could pay. Well, I was going to say you could pay me to do it. I'll do it.
I think your moral fiber is too strong for you to tolerate working for Boris Johnson. You'd be in the loony bin in about 5 minutes. Who are you kidding?
But honestly, Minister of what was it? Minister of Brexit benefits. I thought
Seriously, it's a fucking modern day Joseph Goebbels.
there are no Brexit benefits.
Well, there were no benefits to the Holocaust either, but here come Goebbels coming in and convincing everybody that it was all okay. You see the parallels here. Don't act like you don't. Seriously.
This is bullshit. This is a bullshit post that he's been given, basically.
It's kind of like making your dog part of the board of directors at your company.
Yeah. It was a role created on Tuesday as part of Boris Johnson's mini reshuffle.
Oh my God, it's a shut the fuck up job.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a here, now you have a title, now sit down and shut it job.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
It just took me a minute to realize.
Yeah. But it's basically to keep the hardcore Brexiteers and his party happy. That's basically what this is all about, and it's also a massive It's also a massive distraction.
Oh, lovely.
It's this mini reshuffle is nothing more than a massive to distract us plebs.
It's a supernova. It's meant to be a big, pretty supernova to keep us all mesmerized.
Yeah.
While they shuffle around behind the curtain.
Yeah.
They know what's happening to that man behind the curtain, or that one either.
Yes. Don't look at all the illegal parties that we had.
Again, pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Yeah. And Nerdy says, we understand the massive price hike to food and energy, so we're giving everyone some discount sovereignty, which you can pay back over 4 years.
Every time I hear the word sovereign, I get a bad taste in my mouth. Granted, that's because there's a massive cult in the United States known as the Sovereign Citizens Movement, but
I'm sure you've had worse taste in your mouth.
not since before my divorce.
Oh.
Because, I mean, I actually have had some pretty nasty taste in my mouth in my life. But none as bad as the doomsday of 2016 when we found out that Trump was being installed. That was just I just felt this sense of, it was like a big black cloud of dread hanging over my head, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it finally enveloped me during the pandemic. And then that whole incident where I almost died of a massive blood clot, that was fun. Not really.
Yeah. But,
I've been a good girl. I'm taking my blood thinners. I don't think that's going to happen again.
Yeah, let's hope
At
not.
least I hope not. I hope not, but you never know.
You never know. But on to the next story. There could be another Falklands War if Liz Truss has her way.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you know who Liz Truss is, don't you?
I feel like I've heard the name. I've probably made fun of her.
Yeah.
It's something I would do. Not that the list of things I wouldn't do is that long, but okay. The Falklands part of British family after China packs Argentina. Oh boy! So we're having a turf war.
Apparently, do you know much about the Falklands the Falklands War?
Not particularly.
uh,
Discount Margaret Thatcher.
yeah. Well, Mum, we've got Margaret Thatcher at home, and Margaret Thatcher at home is Liz Truss.
Oh, yeah, that meme.
But basically, 1983, I think it was. There was Argentina. There are some islands off the coast of Argentina called the Falkland Islands, which is part of our empire.
Oh.
They're British islands basically, and
Okay, so they're British territory. All right.
yeah, and Argentina said, actually, we want those islands. We think we should own them.
I mean,
So they invaded, and Thatcher said, no, we can't allow that to happen. No, those islands belong to us. So we're going to kick your ass.
yeah, but it's
so
like, what use do the British have for these islands? What's the point?
Well, British people live there. They want to stay there.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And so we sent our army over there, and we kicked their ass. That's the long and short of it. And and now Liz Truss, who's desperate to be the next Margaret Thatcher, is stirring up shit there again.
Why? What is the point?
Because apparently China backs Argentina. Well, let's read the news article. Liz Truss has defended the Falklands as part of the British family after China backed Argentina's claim over the South American islands.
Oh.
The Foreign Secretary tweeted that China must respect the Falklands sovereignty. There's that word again.
Oh, God.
After the Argentinian president, Alberto Fernandez, met China's President Xi on the fringes of the Beijing Winter Olympics. According to a statement on the website of the Chinese embassy in the UK, the two leaders spoke of their deep friendship, and Argentina signed up to China's Belt and Road Infrastructure Initiative, a state-backed campaign for global influence. But they also signed an agreement in which China reasserted its support for Argentina's claim to the Falklands, while Fernandez backed Xi's One China policy, which claims Taiwan as its own. The statement said Argentina should be able to fully exercise its sovereignty over their Malvinas, or also known as the Falklands Islands issue. But Truss said, we completely reject any questions over sovereignty of the Falklands. The Falklands are part of the British family, and we will defend their right to self-determination. China must respect the Falklands sovereignty.
I'm going to vomit if you say that word one more fucking time. I will throw a shoe at your head, Joshua. I'll get the fucking pew pew bottle. Don't fucking start with me. We have a spray bottle and we call it the pew pew bottle.
The Iron Lady. The Iron Lady. Who gave her that name? Well,
probably somebody in an iron lung.
If Margaret Thatcher is the Iron Lady, then Liz Truss is the Bronze Lady.
I think that's a little too generous. Why don't we go with... How about we go with tin or aluminum or something worthless like pyrite?
Yeah, she's the pewter lady.
Even pewter can be pretty. Why don't we just call her what she is, a big fat lump of coal at the bottom of Santa's sack?
I think, but I think it's hilarious that she's trying to stir up shit in the over the Falklands. She
Well,
really
I guess we're all very bored right now.
yeah.
Trump isn't acting like a rodeo clown anymore, so we gotta, something's gotta give.
Yeah. So and but the problem is Liz Truss is one of the forerunners to take over from Boris if he gets booted.
Oh, so one of the apocalypse horse people. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So if she becomes prime minister, we could be going to war with Argentina. So
Again.
that's something to look forward to.
Oh, totally. Woohoo! I'll get the sparklers. Actually, no. Give me some Roman candles. Actually, no. Maybe I shouldn't, because if the Roman candle goes over the fucking fence and gets on the highway, someone's gonna end up dead, and I'm gonna end up in jail. And I like not being in jail. Been there once. Don't want to go back.
Mm-hmm. And COVID news.
Oh boy, what do they do now?
COVID-19 final coronavirus rules, including self-isolating after testing positive, could end this month, Prime Minister says. This is from Sky
Woohoo!
News.
Another spike is coming! Am I wrong though?
Probably not. But this is from Sky News.
Oh boy. Oh, there's his ugly mug again. Drake! Wait, no, I can't. I finished it before the show even started.
I'm not going to play the video because I'm sick of hearing his voice. But the article says this. Boris Johnson has said he plans to remove all remaining coronavirus restrictions in England a month early, providing the current encouraging trends in the data continue. It is my expectation that we will be able to end the last domestic restrictions, including the legal requirements to self-isolate if you test positive, a full month early.
The fact that there was only a month to go tells me everything I need to know about him that I didn't already know.
Under Mr. Johnson's new aim, the rules will expire shortly after MPs return from February recess on the 21st of February.
Oh boy.
But
well, I guess y'all better start masking the fuck up again. You laugh, but I'm serious. This just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. No wonder Stool calls this place Plague Island.
Yeah.
Let the record show that's the nicest thing I've ever said about that little bastard.
But he's only doing this as to...
It's his last PR stunt to try to get some more popularity.
Exactly.
That's what it is. Oh my God. Even Trump wasn't that desperate.
No. This is Freedom Day again, says Nerdy Rodent.
Hey, we have a patent on Freedom Day. It's July 4th. America!
Freedom! Freedom! This is all part of Operation Save Big Dog. And have you heard of this?
I've never heard it called that, but in bits and pieces, I think I'm gathering that, it's all just a last-ditch effort to, pull Boris Johnson out from how far down the toilet he's going.
Yeah.
I mean, that flush lever got pushed a while ago, but he's like a big turd after a bad constipation episode, right? So you're constipated for days, and then you finally shit. And it's just that buildup takes a while to go down. That is Boris Johnson. But some jackasses are trying to get the turd back up from the pipes and dress it up and make it look pretty. Would that be an accurate assessment?
Pretty much, yeah.
I knew I was good for something. other than apparently being groped by drunken airmen. Whoop, that didn't end. Did I say that? I hate Holiday Inn. Any whore.
Oh, hang on, I'm having.
We're experiencing technical difficulties at the moment, people. Please stand by.
That's okay. I've sorted it. But yeah, he's launched a few weeks ago. He launched what he calls Operation Save Big Dog, which
Really,
is
they
all
should
about
call it Operation Salvage the Chihuahua.
which is all about saving his political career. And I'm sure this
How
is part.
delusional. He thinks he has a prayer in hell.
This is just to appease his backbenchers that don't like the COVID restrictions, basically, and to try
Backbenchers
to.
just sounds really, really dirty.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, backbencher. That sounds like something I would call Josh,
But it's
and not in a good way.
but it sounds dirty until you realise that it literally means the members of Parliament who literally sit on the back benches in the Houses of Commons, and they sit right at the back because they're lesser, they're of lesser importance. They're not as important as the politicians who sit on the front benches next to the Prime Minister, basically. But it's their job to hold the Prime Minister, in the case of the Labour Party, Keir Starmer to account. Basically, it's their and that's what they so.
Well, how good of a job have they done?
But Boris Johnson's backbenchers, they don't like the COVID restrictions, and so he's trying to appease them by trying to remove them a month early as part of Operation Save Big Dog.
It's kind of cute that he thinks it'll work.
Yeah,
it's actually kind of like pathetic in an adorable way.
But and yes, you heard correctly. Boris Johnson refers to himself as Big Dog.
Yeah, well, he's all bark and no bite.
Yeah. And but now we move on to the story that Nerdy Rodent was alluding to at the beginning of the show.
Justice for Harambe? Oh wait, no.
Cressida Dick to step down as
oh my God! The police chief's name is Dick.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
That's what. That's why he said. That's why he said. That's why he said at least Dick's out.
Oh my God, that's such a fitting name. That's such a fitting occupation for someone with that name. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chief, it looks like a dickhead cop in the Alabama town. Holy shit. This is pure comedy gold.
Cressida Dick sounds like an STD.
Yeah, when it's like, it kind of sounds like when I think of that name, I think of one of the worst photos I've ever been sent unsolicited, but very much laughed at and spread around my group of friends.
But
don't worry, I'll spare you.
She's been criticized as being corrupt. And,
really? Her name is Dick. She's a cop and she's corrupt. This is just turning out to this is gold. I'm sorry.
But Metropolitan Police Commissioner Dame Cressida Dick is leaving her role after a series of damaging controversies. Dame Cressida said she had been left with no choice after London Mayor Sadiq Khan made it clear to her that he had no confidence in her leadership. last week, the police watchdog found disgraceful misogyny, discrimination, and sex harassment among some Met police constables. Dame Cressida, the first woman to lead the biggest UK police force, also faced criticism over the Sarah Everard case. So, and there's a picture of the mayor there. There's the mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. Shall we hear what he's got to say?
Why not?
Last week, I made clear to the Metropolitan Police Commissioner the scale of the change I believe is urgently required to rebuild the trust and confidence of Londoners in the Met and to root out the racism, sexism, homophobia, bullying, discrimination, and misogyny that still exists. I am not satisfied with the Commissioner's response. On being informed of this, Dame Cressida Dick has offered her resignation, which I have accepted. It's clear that the only way to start to deliver the scale of the change required is to have new leadership right at the top of the Metropolitan Police. I'd like to thank Dame Cressida Dick for her 40 years of dedicated public service, with the vast majority spent at the Met, where she was the first woman to become commissioner.
So, ding dong, the witch is gone.
I wonder if her replacement will be named Balls.
Probably, yeah. But who knows?
Oh, cool! I got paid.
Did you? Oh, right, okay.
Woohoo! No, I don't want you to walk to Conoco yet. I'm gonna order a fucking pizza. Anyway. What? I want pizza! Leave me alone! I like pizza! But anyway, yeah, I have to. This is only gonna get funnier if Dick is succeeded by Balls. Harry Balls!
Yes. So that's there's been a lot of Tory twats, but now we move on to we've got one story. We've got one story for this.
Oh boy.
And it's this one. Labour facing bankruptcy as biggest union donor Unite says it could pull remaining support.
And with that, the house of cards that kept you guys from fascism just fell apart.
Yeah. But I don't know if you're aware of this, but the Labour Party is mainly reliant on donations from the unions.
Well,
And
I know.
And
Something new every day.
yeah, and the biggest union in this country is Unite. So for them to be pulling their financial support, this is serious shit.
This is the end, is what it is.
Yes.
I mean, I'm being completely serious. I'm not even making stupid puns at this point.
Sir Keir Starmer has insisted Labour will not be influenced by threats amid a funding row with one of the party's biggest financial backers. His comments come after the Unite General Secretary said the remaining financial support her union provides the party was under review due to an ongoing dispute between a Labour-run council and refuse collection workers.
Whoop.
So, yeah, they're facing bankruptcy basically. It's not looking good for the Labour Party at the moment.
Nope. Doesn't seem like it.
It's, this is potentially really bad news for them.
Well, that's the understatement of the week. Congratulations.
Sharon Graham, the union chief who replaced Len McCluskey last year, stressed that Keir's party needed to act like Labour, be the party for the workers, and accused Coventry Council of mistreatment of members. Let me be very clear, the remaining financial support of the Labour Party is now under review, she said in a message on Wednesday evening. So, yeah.
Oh, well, that was the positivity we needed.
Greg is asking, where will they unite, place their money? That is a
Maybe
good
with
question.
maybe with that the Northern Ireland independence, whatever.
Oh, you mean the Northern Independence Party?
Yeah, the Cuckoo Birds, those.
Maybe, who knows?
That'd be a riot to watch.
Yeah.
Not that I'm hard to entertain when immersing myself in current events, but this is how I cope. I laugh at it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you don't laugh, you cry.
Well, no, sometimes I laugh because if I don't, I'll just go insane. More so than I already am.
So Labour potentially in trouble, which is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got your story next.
Yeah. I never thought the day would come when. What the hell happened? I thought I posted the post. I thought I sent the article for the.
I don't know what's happened here. Whoa.
What the hell? I know I sent the article. What the fuck? Hang on. Let me find another link and I'll send it to you in the StreamYard chat.
Interesting.
Yeah, let me see here. Hang on.
It was the right article, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it was definitely the right article. Let's see. I'll find a different one. Hang on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Technical difficulties. Let's see. Daily Voice, Mid Jersey News. Let's go with. Here we go.
Right.
Okay. There's law enforcement today.
So.
Okay. Here we go. No, wait. That's an app. That's an old article about him. This is not his first rodeo getting arrested.
What happened?
I'll explain that momentarily. Copy link. Go to the Google Doc, and let's try that. I'm just, I never wanted an Android, but I have to say this what do you call the multi-screen, multi-window mode I can use on my Android is quite helpful.
Yeah.
I will get. Here we go. So the story is 50 Shades of Fucked Up, but it doesn't start at this story. So I know this guy personally, which doesn't really, make me look too great, but here it is. Let's try that. There we go. NewJersey.com.
Oh, I see. It's behind a paywall.
What?
I can only read the article if I subscribe.
Are you fucking shitting? Okay. That's it. One more article, then I'm just gonna tell the fucking story myself. Shouldn't be. Yeah, that don't make no sense. As much as I hate NJ 1015, this usually isn't behind a paywall. So, yeah, this should work. I promise y'all. I promise y'all I'm delivering this funny ass fucking story. But it's not really that funny. It's not really that funny. It's actually really, really, really sad and fucked up because I can provide background information here that most people don't have.
Let's try this one.
All right, let's. Here we go. Okay, I'm adding this link from nj1015.com. Link. Paste
There
this.
we go. Sex
Wait, you got.
offender had.
Oh, you got it to work?
Sex, yeah.
Here it is. Okay. So this motherfucker. Oh my god. This motherfucker. Oh man. So I know this guy personally. This is not his first rodeo getting locked up for pedophilic behavior.
Right.
So in 2005, he was convicted of endangering the welfare of a child. And I know the story behind that, but I'm not going to put anybody's business on blast because I also know the victim. This kid has been enabled to hell by his fucking parents for years. And this is what happens when you don't curb your kid's shitty behavior, even if it doesn't rise to this level. The second arrest I'm aware of, actually, so this would be like his fifth arrest. The second arrest I'm aware of was a few years back, possession of child pornography. The third arrest, he was caught jerking off in a local library right here in town, actually, right in Hightstown. I'm in Robbinsville. Jerking off in a public library in front of a couple of 12-year-olds. Got arrested. Got paroled. Violated his parole. Jerking off in another library in front of 12-year-olds. So that's the fourth arrest. This is now his fifth rodeo getting arrested for this kind of lewd behavior of this horrific category. But the new part of it is that he wasn't just in possession of the child porn, he was uploading it. I think I know who the victims are. I'm not going to say it because I'm not putting anybody's business on blast.
Okay.
But while the police had gotten a tip that this guy was in possession of child porn again and was uploading it. So while they were combing his computer, they happened across a bunch of videos, 21 videos to be exact, of him blowing a horse.
Okay.
Yeah. I keep saying I swear I'm not from Alabama, but yeah, you can't make this shit up.
No.
Yeah, I know this guy personally. I hung out with him once, and I just got this real wrong vibe off him, so I think I ghosted him and just stopped being his friend. And I believe I made the right decision.
Yeah.
This is right from my hometown, East Windsor, New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah, nasty.
Yeah, that's so I can actually say that I never thought the only new behavior here is the bestiality. This is what happens when you don't get somebody the psychiatric help they desperately need in this kind of situation. In his case, I'd say a bullet, a lobotomy, or castration. So yeah, this is where we're at as a society. You see why I have no hope for America?
Yes.
I do apologize to anyone I have scarred for life or potentially triggered by sharing this fucked up story.
Yeah.
This is where we are at as a society. We're devolving into fascist horse blowers.
Yes. And but on that bombshell, we are
Oh.
we're well over time.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see that.
But thanks for joining me this evening, and thanks to Nerdy and Greg in the side chat as well.
Never a problem joining you. You know, as I mentioned on the group chat, I am officially going to be working nights again. Next week, I'm going to be doing 3 to 11 just so the general manager can see how familiar I am with the property management system. But starting the week after, I'm going to be exclusively overnight. So you're definitely not rid of me yet, motherfuckers.
Brilliant. So tune in next week for more on the sofa. Until then, bye for now.
Bye, Felicia. Who the fuck is calling me?